Imagine waking up not to an alarm clock, but to the sound of a lawnmower in the sky. Hundreds of them. It's the middle of the night in central Ukraine. The air raid sirens are wailing, but this time, the map on your phone isn't just showing a few red dots. The entire country is glowing red. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are covering a massive escalation that just took place overnight on December 6th and 7th, 2025. While diplomats in tailored suits were sitting in air-conditioned rooms in Florida, trying to negotiate a ceasefire, the skies over Ukraine were burning. Russia has just unleashed one of the largest combined aerial attacks of the entire four-year war. We are talking about a swarm of 653 attack drones and 51 missiles launched in a single night. This wasn't a precision strike on a single military base. This was a wave of steel designed to overwhelm, confuse, and destroy. The sheer scale of this attack is hard to comprehend. To put it in perspective, a heavy night usually sees 50 or 60 drones. This was 10 times that amount. The targets weren't just on the front lines in the east. They struck deep into the heart of the country, central Ukraine, the Kyiv region, and the energy grid that keeps millions of people alive during the freezing winter. But why now? Why throw this much firepower into the sky at this exact moment? The answer lies thousands of miles away, across the Atlantic Ocean, where a different kind of battle was failing miserably. To understand this attack, we have to look at the political chessboard. For the last 3 days, high-stakes peace talks have been happening in Florida. You had envoys from the United States, including Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, meeting with top Ukrainian officials. The goal was simple: find a framework to end this war. But here is the twist. While the West was hoping for a breakthrough, the talks hit a brick wall. Reports coming out of the meeting suggest a complete deadlock. The sticking point? Security. Ukraine is refusing to sign any deal that leaves them vulnerable to another invasion in 2 or 3 years. They want guarantees, ironclad ones. Russia, on the other hand, is demanding conditions that would essentially leave Ukraine defenseless and neutral. It seems the Kremlin decided to send a message to those negotiators in Florida. That message wasn't delivered in a memo. It was delivered by a cruise missile. This massive drone barrage is classic negotiation by force. It's a tactic designed to break the will of the Ukrainian negotiators. By targeting central Ukraine while talks are stalled, Russia is effectively saying, sign the deal on our terms, or the lights go out, the heat goes off, and your cities burn. The timing is not a coincidence. It is a brutal calculation. As the diplomats packed up their briefcases without a deal, the Russian Tu-95 bombers were already taxiing onto the runway. Let's zoom in on the ground level. Where did these 600-plus drones actually go? While air defenses worked overtime, and we'll get to that in a minute, some of the metal got through. The hardest hit area wasn't a trench line. It was the logistical heart of the country. In the Kyiv region, the city of Fastiv became ground zero. Fastiv isn't just a random town. It is a critical railway hub that connects central Ukraine to the west. It's a lifeline for supplies, civilians, and aid. During this attack, a massive drone strike slammed into the main railway station. President Zelensky confirmed the damage himself, stating that the station was burned down. Images from the scene show emergency crews fighting flames that engulfed the terminal. But it didn't stop there. The attack targeted the energy grid with ruthless precision. In the Odessa region alone, 9,500 households lost heat and nearly 35,000 lost water. In Zaporizhia, the nuclear power plant, which is already in a precarious situation, lost its off-site power connection again, forcing it to rely on emergency backups. This is what officials call weaponizing the cold. It is December. Temperatures are dropping. By taking out the power in the trains, the strategy is to freeze the civilian population into submission. It's a psychological war as much as a physical one. Now, if Russia launched over 700 aerial targets, you might expect total devastation. But here is the incredible part of the story: the defense. Of the 653 drones launched, the Ukrainian Air Force and mobile fire groups managed to shoot down 585 of them. That is an interception rate of nearly 90%. They also downed 30 of the 51 incoming missiles. How do you shoot down 500 drones in one night? It's not just about expensive Patriot missile systems, which are too valuable to waste on cheap drones. It comes down to the mobile fire groups. These are teams of soldiers in pickup trucks, armed with heavy machine guns, searchlights, and lasers. They race across the countryside, tracking the sound of drone engines, trying to catch them in a beam of light and shoot them out of the sky before they hit a city. This cat-and-mouse game was played out across the entire map of Ukraine last night. From the northern border of Chernihiv to the southern coast of Odessa, the sky was lit up with tracer fire. However, the math is still brutal. Even with a 90% success rate, when the enemy launches 700 weapons, 70 of them still get through. And those 70 are enough to burn down a train station in Fastiv or cut power to a hospital in Dnipro. It is a game of numbers, and Russia is betting that they have more drones than Ukraine has bullets. So where does this leave us? The peace talks in Florida have stalled. The battlefield has expanded to the skies over central Ukraine, and winter is officially here. This attack signals that the war is entering a new, dangerous phase. The diplomatic failure suggests that a quick end of conflict is off the table. Russia is digging in, using its stockpile of drones to pressure the Ukrainian population, hoping that the cold and the darkness will do what their army couldn't. But there's another side to this. The fact that Ukraine was able to intercept nearly 600 drones in a single night proves that their air defense network is evolving faster than anyone expected. They are adapting, surviving, and holding the line. The question for the coming weeks is simple. Can the West provide enough air defense ammo to keep up this pace? Or will the sheer volume of Russian attacks eventually overwhelm the shield? This was just one night. One massive, terrifying night. But in this war, the sun always rises, and the work of rebuilding begins immediately. What do you think? Was this attack a sign of Russian strength, or a desperate move to force a deal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on this situation as it develops, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.